Yo, what's up with y'all guys? Little late night vibe. Tonight we gonna talk about perfectionism and the toxic drive to be better than others. Or, you could say your ego. Let's get started.
The Creator, the Creator cast, the Creator, the Creator cast.
Alright, so perfectionism. Something that I used to struggle with on a day-to-day basis. It takes a lot to remember that you're not perfect. That not everything you do is going to be perfect. Hell, nothing you do is going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. That's a social construct. Now you can have your own idea of perfection that could be your definition. But there's no general way on how to be perfect or how to be what? Yeah, I just said it. Yeah, how to be perfect. I didn't understand that for shit. I'd say all my life, man, like it ruined me for a little bit. It makes you feel like you're nothing, pretty much. It's just it's really just something that you really just don't want to feel, or something that you really just don't want to have in your mind while you're doing a project as big as music, like music things such as like albums, hell, even EPs. Like that shit would kill you, bro. Like trying to get something out, but you can't because you're like, man, this shit ain't perfect, bro. Like I hear the little like little things in there that I could tweak, but I just don't know how to tweak them. Well, that's a terrible feeling because it makes you feel less of yourself. It makes you feel like you're worse than other people, but really you're not. There is no such thing as perfection. Well, a universal thing of perfection for humans. Only thing that exists is the perfection that you see, the perfection that you envision in yourself. Whether that perfection is just being satisfied or being happy with what you made. My definition was the dictionary definition, pretty much like no flaws, flawless. Nothing needs to be tweaked in any way, type shit, right? Well, obviously, if you listen to music, you're not gonna get every audio file down to like the nitty gritty. Like you're not gonna be able to mix it down all the way to where you can't hear any plosives, where you can't hear any hard S's. Like you can do the best, you can get close to perfect. Most definitely you can. There's so many plugins out there. Like again, talking about isotope, neutron, ozone, nectar, like RX9, they help a lot when it comes to that. Hell, even being a singer, man. Being a singer, you mess up on a run or a note, it's like, no, start that whole shit again. We gotta record that shit one more time. Nah, I messed up on a teeny tiny part that I could just punch in. But I was like, nah, mm-mm. Start that shit all the way over again. Cause I messed up. with point 0.2 seconds to go. And every time I do that, I'd feel like I'm less than me. I'd feel like I'm not doing the best I can be. I feel like I'm not doing the best that I can do. And that shit kills me because I even before the spiritual shit, I was really on being the best that I can be every day in my music. Whether if I wrote something, whether if I sung something, whether if I recorded something, I mean, it didn't matter. Even, man, taking the wrong step. I could be walking outside and take a wrong step and be like, what the hell? What are you doing? Because it's not a perfect step. Working out because I didn't get the perfect weight or I couldn't get the weight that I wanted. So I'm incomplete. It didn't really dawn on me that it was that detrimental until one day I just wasn't feeling so hot. Man, I just couldn't be around people. Got in the car, went for a little drive. I remember it like it was yesterday. Raining outside, the usual things in Texas, raining in the dark. Um, I was driving, listening to Mo 3, went on a straight path, all the way down to hell, I went to Dallas, I think. Yeah, I went down to Dallas. Yeah, listening to Mo 3.
On the block from 9 to 5, we getting paper. In the middle of that jungle with that butter on me. For them long nights we grind cause we had nothing. Look, I just want that money, stuck the minus on me, yeah.
And I, listen to that, just jamming. This before my radio broke, so yeah, good times. Good times. But yeah, I was driving and on my way back to the house. I took that little U-turn, went back to the house, in a straight line. All details matter. So I gotta. You already know me. People who know me, you know, every little detail matters. People be getting pissed at me too. Like, man, that shit don't matter, bro. Like, just keep going with the story. And everything matters, man. Especially how I recall stuff. Shit crazy, man. But anyways, you know, took a little U-turn, a little straight shot back to the house. Got back to the house, man, thinking about some shit, sitting in the car, and it just dawned on me. It hit me like a truck, man. Oh, I'm really not anything. And then like the fear of the fear of what I used to say to myself about my music came back up. It's like if I'm not a big artist by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna kill myself. That's what I used to say. I got until I'm 30 or I'm dead. Give me 12, at this time I was 18, 12 years. Hell, I even said it now. I'm 19, 11 years. I even said on a Snap story post that I don't think anybody understood what I was talking about, which is good. Um, I was like, I got until I'm 30 or I'm gone. Let's get this shit now, right? To put the fear, kind of put like the fear of God in me to make me excel, make me want to be perfect, right? Turns out that is the absolute worst way to do shit. Like, why would you want that in your conscience? It's like you fuck up one day, right? And I always fucked up in my eyes, even though my shit was very good. I don't think I've ever had anybody listen to my music and was like, man, that shit trash. Obviously, I had one person, but I mean, this person, I mean, this person like really just liked rap, and I started singing, so he was just like, your shit's trash." But I mean, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Not your cup of tea. Um. Anyways, most like 99.9999% of people were like, "Oh man, your music good, man. Your music hard, bro. Like, you mixed that by yourself, bro. That's crazy. You did this by yourself. Like, who's on the chorus? Me. Oh, who's doing the falsetto? Me. Damn, really? That's crazy, bro. Keep going, bro. You gonna make it one day." Obviously, me only hearing the imperfections in my music, not listening to anything these people are saying. And I mean, my parents say it. I mean, it's like, I mean, you're my parents, bro. Like, you ain't gonna. I mean, parents supposed to lift you up, right? So it's not really. It wasn't really nothing big when they said it. It was just, "Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. I did those by myself. Oh, thanks." And then some strangers that I know, just say, "Man, your music's hard," or it'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good." That shit would hit me because I'm like, "Damn, a stranger likes my music." Even my friends, man, like it was like, "Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Like, thanks. It's thank you for listening to my shit. Thanks." It didn't mean anything, man. It's because I can just hear the imperfections, and I know, like, I know what I need to work on and shit. So I didn't have time to sit there and congratulate myself on how far I came. I'm just like, "Oh man, yeah, that's cool and all, but my mix ain't right, and I got until I'm 30, or I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the deed." So when people didn't understand like why I would just stop talking to them and I would just go hard on my music. Like, "Bro, like, you ain't talked to me in about a couple of weeks, bro. You good?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm straight. I'm just doing my music." Or and they're like, "Hey, bro, put me on a song." It's like, "Nah, bro. I got a time limit on this shit." Well, I used to before I actually stopped thinking like an idiot. Cause that's idiot thinking, man. Like, why would? Because you gonna manifest that you don't make it, and then at 30 you gonna kill yourself when you had so much life still, and you could have still made it. You know what I mean? And don't think I didn't mean it either. Like, I was wholeheartedly ready for this shit. Like, that was a part of my suicidal thoughts, not making it, and then just saying fuck it, jump off a bridge, bro. Drive my car into something, just just doing shit. You know what I mean? Just do something, or I'm not here anymore at age 30 because I didn't make it. And when I talk about it now, it's like, damn, man, that shit is crazy. Like, it used to piss me off so much because I couldn't get this one thing right when it was right the first time. But I found itty bitty perfections. Like, I can't fix it in my mixing production. You know what I mean? Or just in life, man. You fuck up on something, and then you just harp on it. That's what I did. I harped on it. I was like, and excuse my language. It's about to get crazy. I used to be like, "Man, you stupid bitch, dumbass nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta be better than this. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop being stupid. You dumb as hell. That's why you won't be shit because you doing shit like this." That shit would just hurt my heart, man. And, like, I've never had somebody actually say that shit to me. Like, nobody's ever been like, "You ain't never gonna be shit," or "You ain't gonna be shit because of this." Like, I've never heard that before. So I don't know why I'm over here sitting like I'm nothing when I'm everything. And everything not meaning like, ego, I'm everything, I'm higher than you, and hierarchy, you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, none of that shit. I'm just saying I'm everything because that's how I feel like I'm everything. I say every day to myself that I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. Or like my mom asked me a question, I just say I'm that guy because I can't cuss around her, obviously. But I still say that shit to this day. I'm like, shit, I'm that nigga. That's how I feel. I'm that nigga. And the more that you keep saying that to yourself, say, hey, I'm that nigga, or I'm that dude, or I'm that girl, or or I guess if you want to say I'm that bitch or whatever, keep saying that shit to yourself. It's gonna work, bro. It's gonna do wonders for you because repetition is how you rewire your brain, how you rewire your DNA um and get those negative thoughts out your brain. Positivity goes a long way. Positive thinking goes a long way. Instead of being perfect, because perfectionism can be toxic as well, where you could be working on a project with somebody and you kick them off because their voice isn't good, because their verse is trash. So you do the song by yourself, or so that somebody asks to get on your project and you're like, nah, bro, you don't take singing seriously, or nah, bro, when you sing, you fuck up a lot. I don't want to have to fix that because it's not. That means your voice isn't perfect. Like I know I can sing better than a lot of people. I know just me singing, bro. It's just a God given talent, and I'm grateful for it every single day. I use it every single day, no matter what. Even if I'm just or I'm belting shit, like it doesn't matter as long as I'm using it every single day, and I can show how grateful I am for it. That's all that matters. Yeah, and I know I'm good at singing, and I know there's other people that are good at singing as well. And to be honest, I mean, you can't really say like you're a better singer than people because, I mean, some people specialize in singing different things. I'd say I specialize in singing neo soul. I can sing pop as well. I can kind of harp on a little bit of rock, but not really. R&B I can destroy. Um, like my cousin, she's really really like pop rock or punk rockish. Like nobody's touching her in that, right? She need to get her in like a studio or whatever. She needs to do something. But just different genres of singing. Just like music. I mean, you can't really say you're better than somebody else in music when you have entirely different genres. And even if y'all are in the same genre, y'all have different voices. So y'all have different styles of writing. So nobody's really better than anybody. There's just a different way of doing things. That's how I see it. That's why, I never like in art, and it's all art. Artistry, music is art, man. The way people manipulate their voices to sound the way they do is art. Playboy Cardi is an artist, bro. And I'm not even talking just music. Just painting a canvas with your voice. And how he has a little baby voice. Then he has to trying to be, gangster voice. Then he got the screaming voice. Then he got the kind of yelling voice. You know what I mean? Then he has Cardanese. That shit is hilarious, man. It's art, bro. To have like four different ways to manipulate your voice. Young Thug can do that. How I can do that. Everybody pretty much can do that. But just like on the level of as like myself or all these other like mainstream artists can do, it's crazy, man. It's to actually hear somebody do that. Hell, I can't forget Lil Uzi, man. It's just crazy, man. Like you wouldn't think that humans can do that. Like, they're painting a canvas, bro. It's like if Da Vinci gave somebody a painter, like a painter. Wow, that's crazy. It's like if Da Vinci gave Young Thug a canvas and some damn, what are those things called? Paintbrushes, and just said, "Here, paint this with your voice, or paint this canvas with your voice," and he did it. Is it's crazy, man. It's just stuff like that. But back to the main point. Well, part one of the main point, right? There's there's a couple of main points I want to harp on, kind of. Um, but perfectionism, man, like a terrible, terrible thing that you can get yourself into. Like, there's no reason to want to be absolutely perfect. You can strive for your own level of perfection and not, your own level of like your own reasoning of perfection. Like, just the wanting to be satisfied for your work, satisfied of your work. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's all you, as long as, if you're satisfied with your work, then it's perfect. It's like, you know what? I'm satisfied with what I did. And notice how I'm not saying happy. Fuck happiness. Like, happiness is temporary. Satisfaction can be forever. Because every time you listen to what you did, let's say you make music, sound like from Memphis, Mergic. That shit funny as hell. But let's say you make music, right? Every time you listen to your song, you're satisfied by it. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's perfect in your eyes, and that's all that matters. Whereas somebody, like it could be perfect to you, whereas somebody could hear it and be like, man, this shit trash. Or somebody else could be like, bro, this is the best song I've ever heard in my life. Those opinions, they don't matter. They're just opinions. It's all about what you deem is perfect. And that also messed with me too. Um, because I was so stuck up with being perfect that I didn't really care about how other people felt about what I was doing, Hey, Jalen, you wanna go out and do? Nope, I'm doing music. Tough. Hey, I mean, hey, I kind of need to talk to you. I see that text message and be like, man, I ain't talking to this nigga, bro. I'm writing right now. Leave me alone. I'm trying to perfect my craft right now. And that's what I mean by like toxic perfectionism. That's what I feel. It's like that's how I say it, or how I see it. It's toxic perfectionism, man. It's not like you don't have to. Once you get to the level of where you're perfect is like fucking with other people's lives and making their lives more about suffering and not satisfaction and happiness, that's when you should draw the line. Cause like, hell, I mean, your friends might not say nothing, or they might say something like every 2 weeks or a month or whatever, but they miss you, bro. Like even like my friends, bro. Like my friends, some of them like they miss me. You know what I mean? I had one call me up yesterday. Like, man, making sure you still alive, man. So yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm straight. Even though this is different because I'm working on myself, and in order to work on yourself, you have to isolate yourself if you want to find your spiritual being. You know what I mean? Like that's different. And I already told them what I was doing. They know about my hiatus and stuff like that. But before my spirituality stuff, I was ghosting them, like not giving them a reason. And when they ask, I'm like, bro, leave me alone, dude. Like, I'm straight. I don't need your help, bro. Leave me alone. I got it. Hell, I'd be at work with one of my best friends, bro. Like, that's my girl, bro. Like, my best friend. I'd be at work and walk right past her and I say shit. Because I'm thinking about, damn, I need to be something before 30 or I'm going to kill myself. I need to be something before 30 or I'm out of here. That was my whole mindset from 20, from late 2019 to, I'd say, probably March of 2021. That's a long ass time, man. You know how long like manifestation takes? Well, it depends on it. But when I manifest something or manifest that I want to get something, it's like 3 months at most. Fastest has been it's like 2 or 3 days or an hour. I get 5, 6 hours before I got to the house. I used to manifest pizza and I'd come to the house and pizza be there. But like, thank God. You know, thanks. But manifest Pizza Hut or Papa John's, not Little Caesars. Nasty ass pizza, man. Never manifest Little Caesars, man. Keep that at the place. Jesus. But anyway, but like it don't take that long to manifest something or have something set in stone. Did that for a year, almost a year and a half, man. So that was probably already set in stone by my mind, you know. And I've changed it now, like it's definitely not there anymore because I already see how I'm working, how God's working, how my higher self is working, bro. It's crazy. Like, it's different. I found my purpose. I know what my ambition is. I know what I want to do for the rest of my life. I know how long I want to live. Many, many, many years. You know? It's crazy that I even thought that way. Like, perfectionism will do that to you, man. Perfectionism will break you 9 times out of 10 over and over and over and over and over again. And I say 9 times out of 10 because you can have perfectionism with your own definition, and just to be satisfied could be your definition. But man, yeah, like I definitely was not the same. It was just I just wanted to be somebody. Like I just wanted to. Everybody wants to be somebody, you know. But I just wanted to be. I just my whole thing was if I should die, I want to be remembered not just by my family, but just by and not just by my family or close friends or friends in general, right? Because that's a given. They're gonna remember you, then they're gonna forget you. And I didn't, at the time I didn't understand that. I just didn't want to be forgotten. I didn't want my work to be forgotten. I wanted the work that I did before passing to be something that people can hold on to for thousands of years and be like, hey, y'all remember this guy? Well, oh, okay, I said thousands of years. Tens of years down the road, like, hey, y'all remember this guy when he's do that? You remember this party? Not his parties, but you remember his little album. Oh yeah, album release parties he used to have. She used to be live, bro. Like you remember his music? Music was great. Remember what he did for the community? He sure did help my life stop being about suffering, man, and more about happiness. Like he put me on game. Like damn, man, he was really influential, or damn, he was really this. I wanted, really, I wanted somebody. I wanted all eyes on me. You know what I mean? I wanted all eyes on me. That's what I wanted. And like that was the perfect way to end. my life, right? Now that I figured out that perfection doesn't really matter, man. Well, the definition that has been passed down doesn't matter. It's just your idea of perfectionism. I'm a whole different person. I don't care about being forgotten. I don't care about people remembering what I did, you know? As long as I made the world a better place, that's all I care about. As long as I made somebody else's life about less about suffering and more about happiness and satisfaction, that's all I care about. That's my idea of perfectionism. Whether it's through music, whether it's through my poems, whether it's through short stories, whether it's through a book that I wrote, doesn't matter. Whether it's hell, whether it's through this podcast right now. If this is a wake up call for you, text me, DM me, whatever you want to do. Comment on this if it's on SoundCloud, which it might not be because I think I gotta do a little payment plan for it, and I gotta focus on my music. I gotta pay for the licensing and shit for my music. So I might not. This might not be on SoundCloud yet, but it will most definitely be on YouTube. But hell, you can comment there too. Comment there. Tell me if this is a wake up call for you. Tell me if this helped. Like truthfully, I really care about your feedback because I'm doing this for y'all. I'm a spiritual being a service for physical beings. That's all I'm doing. Hell, even spiritual beings. I'm being a service to spiritual beings as well. Not being used, but just sending out my knowledge, being there when people need it. You know, that's all I'm here for, man. Perfectionism, and to tell you about your that perfectionism is your idea, not what the social standard is for it. Because if we're gonna be blatantly honest, nobody's reaching the social standards of anything because of how stupid they are. It's all so dumb. It's all designed for you to feel like a failure, to go off what other people have set out, like for other people's definition of things. It's just stupid, man. Like you should have your own idea of everything. Your own idea is the only thing that matters, because you're not gonna be around those people that made the definitions. Hell, they're dead, right? It took a while. It's been a while, right? It's been forever. Now it's time to make your own idea of things. You know, that's that's all that matters in this world. It's your idea of what this thing is, what this thing called life is. What's your idea of not suffering? What's your idea of having a purpose in life? What is your idea of living a fulfilling life? Not what other people have envisioned for you. You know what I mean? I can even take this to going to college, man. Like, going to college, if you don't want to do it, don't go. Simple. Yeah, you're gonna have to work hard, but you're gonna have to work hard regardless. Even if you go to college, you're gonna do a 4 year thing, right? And that's if you finish. You're gonna do this 4 year thing, finish, and then be working alongside somebody who's had a nothing but a high school diploma, who's making more money than you. If you care about money, um, by somebody who's making more money than you, who did it in less time than you, but they have more experience than you. Those 4 years you're in college, they were working. You know, like college, it's always good to have the backing, the degree and everything, is great, right? But obviously, in this world, experience matters over anything. And I would hate for somebody to suffer for 4 years just to get a job that doesn't even pay as much as they thought they were gonna pay. If you know, if you care about money, or something that they thought was gonna be fun, but it turns out that they hate it at the end. Or hell, even in college, you're in your what, third or fourth year when they start really getting to the nitty gritty about your career. You get to your third year, halfway through, you're like, man, I fucking hate this shit. Then you change to another major. Man, I hate this shit too. Man, I don't want to do this. Then you drop out. Then you feel like a failure because your family wanted you to graduate and you didn't. So now you feel like a failure. Now you don't. Now you have a sense of. Now you don't have a sense of perfection. Perfection in that sense was graduating college. Nobody ever thinks about fuck, like, what are you gonna do after college, man? You gonna go where? Where you gonna work at, man? You gonna work at CVS until you can look for career jobs, work for somebody else, work for somebody else. You're looking to work for somebody else while working for somebody else for a job that pays nearly a fraction of what you're gonna get paid at this other job that you're working right now. It's like is I can go down a rabbit hole talking about this shit all day, but I'm not going to because I know a set plan. You know what I need to talk about. But I mean, there's trades too, right? But you get out of these trades, right? And then you go straight into the field, and then you do it. And it's like, damn, I hate this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. How do I move up, or where do I go? Do I go somewhere else, or do I stay at the job and keep doing it just because? This is the era. My generation is a generation of future millionaires, people who are gonna have their own idea of perfectionism, people who are gonna have their own idea of success, people who are gonna have their own idea of their purpose, and not what their parents envisioned, not what their extended family envisioned. My generation is gonna be different. My generation is different. Hell, people making millions on an app, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars on TikTok, hundreds of thousands. Even though you know TikTok's kind of weird, but I mean, who cares? I mean, whatever you feel like success is, people making thousands of dollars on Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans, stuff like that. It's just this this generation's the generation, man. Like, if Elon Musk is not going to be the first trillionaire, then I think somebody in my generation will be. Now to talk about the drive to be better than others. Yeah, that's fucking terrible. Like, that is some terrible shit. Like, if you really think about it, that's terrible, bro. Like, every time you're by somebody, it's like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna do this better than you. I'm gonna leave you in the dust. I'm gonna do this. Like being in a room. Like, I remember when I first got to Media Tech, and I was in a room full of uh artists. I'm like, man, I'm better than all these niggas. Watch, I'm gonna play my songs, and they ain't gonna shit on me. I sing better than her. I do this better than her. I do all this better than him. Hell, I do this better than the teacher. Like, I'm a know-it-all. Just feeding my ego, man. Just feeding it. Ego fat as hell now in this room. Shit, ego bigger than the Michelin Man right now. Fat than a motherfucker, right? Oh yeah, I do this better. Every time somebody talks to me, I'm like, "What's up, bro? Oh, you make music? Hell yeah, I make music. Here, you want to hear it? They hear it. It's like, damn, bro, this shit hard, bro. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But on the outside, on the outer shell, you act like you humble. Oh man, thank you, man. Hey, I forgot to do some shit, but you know, it is what it is. I forgot to put the reverb on there, man. I forgot. I forgot the damn, I forgot to put the low mids down a little bit. And any music people listening to me right now, I hate low mids, man. I hate muddy audio. Shit sucks. But anyway, um, yeah, it's like, yeah, I forgot to take the low mids out. Yeah, I forgot to do all that. It kind of sounds a little muddy. Just to get this praise. Just to get the praise of, nah, bro, it sounds good, man. Like, you did a real good job mixing it. Just to get that praise so it can feed my ego again, make it more fat. Hell, my ego is diabetic at this point, right? Ego is one Domino's pizza away from a heart attack at this point, right? And it's like, so yeah, 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 I know it's good. I just wanted to hear you say it. Yeah, I'm better than you. Like that shit is so toxic. Even if it's in your mind, man. Like one day, like you going like one day it's like you gonna say it out loud and get humbled real quick. Like okay, yeah, like I did at this school by my instructor, but it was like a silent humble though. Like he didn't hear what I said, but it was like a silent humble. Nothing too crazy. But we were talking, and he was telling me about him and how he mixed with Lil Twist and how he did Young Money, all of Young Money's songs on one of their albums called Young Money. Probably one of the best albums ever, bro. Bedrock, man, bro, like Bedrock, crazy, man. If you ain't heard that, go listen to it, man. Go listen to that entire album. That's when they were hungry, hungry, crazy, man. Oof, get chills thinking about it, man. It's crazy, man. He tell me he has a gold. I think he has two gold plaques. He got one for I think it's Quavo's song Huncho. Well, that might have been an album. I think it's a song or an album or a full. I think it's a full album. It's called Huncho, and it humbled me real quick. So I'm like, damn, I can't mix as good as him. I went to go listen to it. I'm like, oh shit, I'm crazy with it. Damn, and that kicks me back into my world of not being good enough, not being shit, right? Really, that's not the case. He just got more years on me. He got more experience. So of course he's gonna be better than you. Or it's gonna be better than you, right? That's like somebody working on a car, right? And you've only been doing it for about a year and they've been doing it for hell, 25, 26 years, right? And they fix it faster than you, or they fix it better than you, or they tune it better than you. Now you feel like you're nothing when really you're just inexperienced, man. That's all it is. Like you're not gonna be perfect when you first come out. Hell, you're never gonna be perfect. People say they're still learning that are in the industry, making millions of dollars a year. Oh, I'm still learning how to do this. Oh damn, you just taught me how to do that? I didn't even know you could do that. It's like what? How long you been doing this? 30, 35 years? And I taught you something? That's crazy. Yeah, that's how that was, bro. It's like a silent humble to see where he was and how fast he was mixing and how good he was at it. Seeing Erica Badu come in and him mixing one of her live performances that we actually got to set up and see. Well, quote unquote, see. Humbling. Really, really humbling. But my ego is already fat. I lost a couple pounds. It did a little bit of lipo. Instead of 600 pounds, it was like 4, 3, you know. But I just kept feeding it. Went right back on the 600 pound life show, you know. Got one of those captions. Um, the ego, it didn't finish their training, so we had to kick them off the show, or we couldn't allow any more further help. Okay, I'm laughing at that, but that's actually, it's kind of sad. But it's like the drive to be better than others, bro. Unless not even if like your family members are just terrible, right? Or your mom and dad, they just were terrible people, and you're like, I try to be better than them. That drive is only going to take you so far. You got to do it for yourself. You got to want to be better for you. You got to you got to want to be better, your your best self every day and then some. You have to want to be better than yet your yesterday's self every single day. Be better than yesterday. That's all that matters. Be better than yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, man. Being better than yesterday. Because if you keep being better than yesterday, you will be your perfect self, your idea of perfection. You will be that. Instead of basing your success off of other people's misfortunes or what they can't do or what you took from them in order to be better than them. That's not good. Like, that's why my new EP that I'm not going to give a release date on yet because I still got some shit to do for it. I said late December, but it's probably going to be next year or probably if I don't get everything I need for this next couple months. It's probably going to be next year. But that's why I titled my EP Ego Killer. Or no, damn it. It's not called Ego Killer. It's called Death of an Ego. At first, it was called Ego Killer, but I changed it to Death of an Ego. And you'll understand why when it does drop, when it does release, and I have all the licenses and stuff for it, right? It's crazy, man. Like, Death of an Ego, like, it's gonna be a good album. Y'all are gonna like it a lot, especially the people that I've been rocking with for the last 2 3 years. Yeah, you're gonna see a definite change in me, and it's gonna make you happy that I changed, and that me being on a hiatus and ignoring your calls and texts was worth it. You'll see. But that's why it's titled Death of an Ego. Because I needed to kill that. I don't want my drive to just be based off of other people's misfortune and what they can't do. That's weird, man. That's weird, weirdo behavior. That's weird shit, bro. That's child shit. That's weird. That's like pushing somebody. That's like running a race, pushing somebody over, and they fall and break their leg, and you win off of that technicality. You would have lost, but you pushed that person forward and he broke his leg. So now you're in first place now and you win off of somebody else's misfortune that you caused. That's weird, man. That's fucking weird, dude. That's weird. Yeah, like, it's just like my mind is foggy just thinking about that. Like, just what I used to do, man. It just makes you think, like, damn, you used to be really far off. Really far off. Now you coming back. Well, I say coming back, but you don't know your true self really until you start digging for it. Because you can't find yourself if you don't know yourself. You know what I mean? Like I think I kind of and I dabbled with finding, trying to know myself, trying to get to know myself, right? But I never finished. And now I'm in that process of truly learning about myself and trying to get to know myself, trying to know me, trying to know my higher self, getting close to my higher self. That's been the real wave right now. Knowing my higher self through music, through poems, through helping other people. Doesn't matter. And to all my friends, like I thank y'all for just still sticking around. Like I wouldn't have stuck around. Yes, I would have. Yes, I would have. But the ones that stuck around, thank y'all for sticking around and just not giving me a hard time about not talking to you, and like really understanding that people go through shit. People try to change themselves and need alone time. Just understanding that as hard as I am on the outside, how indestructible my barrier was, that I have a soft heart, a soft, kind of broken heart and kind of broken mind. And, I'm just under construction, under construction to fix me. I truly appreciate y'all for that. Like, real shit. And I hope that the people listening to my podcast kind of, look through me just talking, and can find some things that can help you get on your journey. Hell, even if it's not a spiritual journey, just a journey to put yourself under construction and fix you. Because we all need a good fixing. We all need to cut into our brains and look inside and pick apart the bad things and fix them. That's all we need. That's all you need, man. Nothing crazy. And yeah, I think that's gonna conclude this podcast. I love you all for listening to my other two. Thank you for just giving me the time, like giving me your time to just sit here and talk for an hour and listen and just sit there and listen to me talk for an hour. That's greatly appreciated, and I really appreciate y'all for that. That's one thing I am grateful for, having a supporting cast, even when I kicked y'all to the curb. Thank you. I'm truly grateful to have a supporting cast as good as y'all, or a cast as supportive as y'all. There we go. And as always, I'm grateful for all the musical things in my room that I was just so blessed to have, so blessed to get for myself and still be okay financial wise. I'm grateful for all the materialistic things in my room that I was able to get for myself for what other people have gotten me. I'm grateful for the the paintings on my wall that my best friend gave me that are hanging on the wall right now. Even the note is stapled on the wall. that she gave me for my birthday. I think 2 years ago. Actually made me tear up a little bit. Not gonna lie. Now I don't do that. My pride. My pride get in the way of crying or being my true passionate self. And that's another thing. I'm really passionate. Like if you ever seen my writing or if you ever heard my music, I'm truly passionate, man. And that's the only way I knew how to get that out without feeling like a bitch. Cause it's all right. I'd be like, man, stop being a bitch. You ain't passionate shit over here. You a man, nigga. Be a man, right? But I found that I respect myself more in a vulnerable spot. I don't really respect myself in a spot of trying to be strong. When I'm vulnerable, I'm not comfortable, and I like being uncomfortable because it helps me reevaluate myself or just be myself. I'm passionate, bro. I'm a passionate man. All my writing is passionate. Whether it's kind of, batshit crazy or it's just lovey dovey or it make you cry a little bit. I'm just passionate, bro. I'm just passionate about what I do. I'm very emotional as well. I just don't show it. You don't see it on my face. Another thing, pride. But like I said, I'm under construction right now, working on myself. I'm also grateful for just being able to sit here for another day, man. Just to be able to get up and walk around, be able to wake up and just get up and just breath of fresh air, right? Being able to just breathe, being able to have one more day in this life. I'm also grateful for the people such as Jordan Peterson, Sadhguru, Spiritual Tony, Dandapani, Alan Watts, Tom Bailu, or Beliu. Can't remember how to say his name, forgive me. Leon. And there's so much more that have helped me in my journey of becoming who I am or who I want to be, who I strive to be. Also, I'm grateful for mentors like Jerome. It's my nigga, man. My boy Jerome. My boy RJ. People of that nature. Like just people that I've got that have been put in place in my life to make me see that there's more to life than just wanting to be perfect, wanting to be complete. It just means so much more when when life just meant so much more when I understood that. When I understood that, it was different. Well, it's different, man. Like, and I'm grateful to God for showing me my passion, my higher self showing me what my true purpose is and being able to just say it every single day, man. Literally, I say my purpose every single day. I just talk to myself. I have conversations with myself out loud. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. But yeah, I love you all. Um, hopefully everybody takes a piece of this podcast and just runs with it, and just have just some part of this podcast just change your life, you know? And yeah, Key signing off.